look at that. I'm punctual and I'm live. How's it going, guys? Welcome, everyone, to the premiere episode of Jason Knows Nothing. I am your host, your guest, your voice, and your best friend. Jason Melendez here. You can also call me by JMel, Jason MM, or just Jay. That's what I've been called my entire life, so I appreciate if you did that for me as well. And we are live on Instagram Live, so that can only mean one thing. You have a 100% chance of watching me fuck this up in front of the entire world. So I think we've seen a lot worse coming out of me, though, so we'll be alright here, kids. Anyways, before I give a huge launch here on this show, I want to give a massive shout out to one person that I promised I would give a shout out for, and that is my buddy, my boy, my brother, James Trapasso. His birthday was this past Sunday, and gotta wish him a happy birthday, bud. He is my best friend for, what, 20 years now? So I think a happy birthday is in order. We've been through a lot together, so NYPD's finest, so happy birthday, kid. Anyways, today's topic is nothing more than just a special intro here, and hold on one second, guys. See, I already got a fucking glitch. Seems like the audio here is not doing so well, so there we go, right there. Alright, anyways, back to the show here. Today's episode is nothing more than just a quick introductory episode, a pilot, if you will. We're just going to discuss about what's going to happen in future episodes. We're going to talk about what's going to happen in what kind of guests we're going to have on here. So our guests... Hang on a second, guys. I got something here. Intro. Okay. So yeah, we're going to talk about a lot of things going on in the next several weeks, several months even. So let's just go on to the main questions here on why I'm doing this. I know that's a lot of things that's been on your guys' mind, and honestly, I just like talking to people, believe it or not. This goes back to my origin stories, back to when I was in acting, living in New York City. And for those that don't know, yes, I was in New York City studying acting for quite a bit, and I gotta honestly say I loved it. I loved working with a bunch of people that had so many different backgrounds, so many different cultures, so many different lifestyles, and it was just amazing to just hear their whole life stories. And it was just really, I don't know how to place the words. It was eye-opening, I guess you could say it was, to hear people from all different parts of the world come together and just want to just be something. And it didn't necessarily have to involve acting so much. It was just a lot of just coming together and doing fun things for the good, pretty much. Like, for example, we had people from Australia, Sweden, Switzerland, Spain, Cuba, China, Russia, all the way down to the good old US of A. You know, you had people from Connecticut, Texas, Alabama, Missouri. We all just got together and we just chilled and just had a lot of differences, but we all ended up being friends at the end. And it was pretty cool. So, for example, there was just one girl there from Switzerland whose mother was a dancer. Her father was a director, so she was kind of bred into the business, and she was taking acting very seriously. She needed to she needed to fulfill that legacy of hers, and she needed to do so much for the sake of her family name, and that was pretty cool. I thought that was awesome of her, and not to mention really pressuring, like the fact that she needed to do all that for the sake of her family. She was a young girl. She was, I think, in her early 20s, maybe 20, 21 years old, and she put the entire weight on her shoulders to please her family, and that was a lot to take in for her, because she was, once the camera started rolling, she was just on par. Like, she was an amazing actress. I hope she does well. If she's still doing it, I hope she is doing amazing. But I couldn't do that. I just could not do what she was doing to that level. And kudos to her, honestly. And there were other people that were in acting school that didn't want to act. For example, someone from China, she just wanted to be in fashion and to just basically just do a lot of interior design. And learn English because she was very not good at it, and it was adorable and kind of at the same time really cool that she was actually, leaving her family. I think she was 16, 17 years old, and she just came to the U.S. to just study English and all of American culture. And I remember what really got me into doing this a lot more, what really made me want to get into this was we were going to Applebee's, of all places in New York City. Let's go to Applebee's. So that's what they wanted to do because they'd never been to an Applebee's. They'd never seen Applebee's. At least some of them haven't. And we were on the subway, and we just had this long discussion of every single person that had a goal, a different idea of what they wanted to do when they finished acting school. And I thought that was cooler than the experience itself. Don't get me wrong, I loved acting. I loved doing it. I loved being a part of it. But I think what it came down to is I didn't want to do the theater work. And I just was not good at it. I hated theater. I hated being a part of that anxiety. Because I do have anxiety. I'll tell you guys this right now. I do have a small case of anxiety. And by small case, I mean a big case sometimes. Leading up to a performance, I got nauseous. I got sick to my stomach. I just did not want to have the curtains open up in front of me and just perform. And then once the lights kicked in, I was right as rain. And I didn't like that feeling. I did not enjoy being so wound up and so tense that I just physically made myself ill. So, and over the years, I've learned that if you want to get into show business, you had to get into theater. You had to get into acting. And I just didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do theater work, and a lot of them said, well, if you're not going to do that, then you're not going to make it far. And maybe not. Maybe I wasn't going to get far, but I wanted to find an avenue to at least communicate with people. I liked doing that. And it took me long enough to get to this point, and why, I don't know. Why I chose podcasting at 2018 as opposed to 2011 when I first started getting into show business, when I first went into New York, beats the hell out of me, but hey, better late than never, I suppose. So, the next question is, what are we going to talk about? What are we going to discuss? And well, that's the beauty thing about this show is, it's about you, pretty much. I know there's a lot of people on here right now. Hey, my cuz Warren is on there. How's it going, buddy? Got a few people on there. We're going to just discuss about a range of things. I'll tell you right now what we're not going to discuss. I'm going to put this out there right now for you guys because I know it's already been discussed by some people at my job who are going to be guests on this show, but I had to lay out what isn't going to be discussed. And I don't have it on me right now, but I do have a ban box. And it's not that big, but it's going to be just a list of things that I'm just going to ban from this show. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to discuss it because I feel it's a bummer. And the one topic that I've already vetoed from this show is politics. I don't want to talk about it. It doesn't matter what side of the fence you're on, whether you're on the R team or the D team. I don't want to get involved with it, mainly because it's been depressing lately. I think we can all agree, no matter who you support, it's just been a bummer, and I don't like being bummed. I just want to go ahead and chill and just talk about good stuff. And there's a lot of good stuff that I think we can talk about. For example, I'm just going to put this out there right now. I'm a huge nerd. Some of you guys already know this. I follow a lot of Marvel and DC. I mean, Team Batman, Team Iron Man, all that stuff. Avengers is coming out, so that's going to be a big thing that I'm going to watch, and I'm going to review it. A thing here. I know I got a few people on this show that are going to want to put their 2 cents on this, and by all means, come on down. Be a part of the show. It's all good. Beyond that, though, we're also going to talk about, cars and sports. Baseball season just started, and the Yankees are dominating, so what? Don't hate. It's number 28 is coming this year, I promise. And now we're going to talk about, we could talk about hockey, we could talk about football, we could talk about basketball, even though I don't follow basketball all that much. Go ahead, why not? Let's talk about that for a second. I got some friends that are into it. We could talk about video games. Definitely have someone on this show that wants to talk about video games, and he can have the entire show. My boy Batista, Joe Batista, he will be on the show at some point, and I will tell you right now, you need to change your shorts because he is one of the funniest people on the planet. I always have a side stitch every single time I hear stories from him. He's a really great guy, so down to earth, so chill, but he loves his video games, and I promised him that I will give him a platform to talk about, you know, whatever is happening right now in the world of e-games. I think he's talking about Overwatch. I'm not much of a gamer these days, so you guys gotta let me in on that one. But, hi Wendy. We're also going to talk about what I just mentioned. I mentioned cars. Music. Music is probably going to be a huge center point of this show because I live near the Sherman Theater, and the Sherman Theater is pretty much the new hub for the Poconos as far as music and entertainment is concerned. It used to be the Croc Rock over in Allentown, but I guess they decided to let minors drink alcohol, so Stroudsburg pretty much made that their gain, and now we're getting all the good bands. So I'll be going to a lot of shows in the coming weeks and months. We definitely got, what, Buck Cherry, we have Stone Sour, Parkway Drive. I just saw Steel Panther last weekend at the Sherman. Amazing band, by the way. If you don't know who Steel Panther is, you should, because they are a hilarious, talented group of guys that kind of mock, but also pay tribute to 80s bands. And they do an amazing job with it as well. I mean, when I was there last weekend, they did Bon Jovi, they did Van Halen. I think they did... No, they didn't do Poison. I forgot who else they did. I was drunk, I'm not gonna lie. I had a few too many beers. I was hanging out with some friends of mine that night. And they're just awesome. So if you don't know who Steel Panther is, I highly recommend you guys just sit back and listen to them. They are amazing, they are great. I think one of my favorite songs that they've put out is Community Property. That's a pretty good song. You should definitely check that out. Very vulgar. And there's tons of shows that I'm going to go to also that is going to be outside of Stroudsburg. I think it's in the second week of May. Me and a few friends are going to the Stone Pony in Asbury Park. Probably the greatest headlining shows are going to be there. Hailstorm, In This Moment, New Year's Day, Stitched Apart. Basically, the best female lineup is going to be on that show that night. And for those that have known me for years now, I am a massive Hailstorm fan. I worship Lizzie Hale, so she is going to knock my boots off. I'm not gonna lie, she's pretty cool. Also, we got what, Shinedown coming up somewhere, I think in August, maybe. Definitely Godsmack and Five Finger Death Punch, Breaking Bend. They'll be up in Scranton sometime this summer. Zakk Wylde, Black Label Society. If you guys don't know who they are, they're pretty hardcore. Zakk Wylde is an amazing guitarist, by far one of the best guitarists out there, so we'll be checking that out as well. I'll be posting pictures and videos of that as well. But as far as what type of music, fair game. Recently I've gotten back into classic rock. A good friend of mine, she got me into it. The long list goes to like Poison. We got, like I said, Van Halen, Zeppelin. Although Zeppelin is a great band, I will listen to Zeppelin. I think I have their entire catalog. I just downloaded them recently, but we'll listen to that as well. We got LA Guns. LA Guns, I didn't get into them right away. I'm not gonna lie, only because a buddy of mine told me the story of LA Guns and Guns N' Roses. This was back like a decade ago, and I thought to myself, do I have to pick? Do I have to pick between Guns N' Roses and LA Guns? Do I have to pick between, you know, Axl and, you know, LA Guns? I still don't know exactly all their names yet. But, you know, it was that kind of conundrum that I just, for some reason, put into my head. So I just went ahead and said, fuck it, I'm going with Guns N' Roses, because they got Slash, and I'm a huge Slash fan. But then I started listening to all of LA Guns' songs recently. For the past maybe couple of weeks, I've just been putting it on loop in my truck, and they're an amazing band. I just heard them recently doing my errands, and they're just awesome. I would love to see them live at some point. We also got Bon Jovi, love Bon Jovi, representing Saraville. You know, I was raised there. Of course, he's got the better talents. So yeah, we have what? Def Leppard. We got all types of '80s bands. Right now, I can't even think of any of them, and I know they're all going through. Queensryche. Queensryche, I've actually been liking a lot lately. They're pretty cool, and just the list goes on and on, all the way down to the current rock stuff. Like I said, Hailstorm, Shinedown, Godsmack, Disturbed, a lot of the heavy stuff, and it just goes exponentially of what we're going to talk about. Aerosmith, oh my god, for some reason Aerosmith just popped into my head. I definitely want to see Aerosmith at some point. That is a must. So we have all that, and there's probably going to be a few guilty pleasure songs that I'm going to probably throw out there as well. I have no idea what anyone else is going to bring up. I'm just going to say one of my co-associates stormed out of the parking lot of our job to Spice Girls. You know who you are, and I'm disappointed in you. So yeah, the list goes on, and we'll talk about a whole bunch of music, a whole bunch of tours. I got a friend of mine right now, I think she's seen Pink. I don't know much of her stuff, but I'm sure they're very good. Rat! Yeah, definitely Rat. I love Rat. We got that to put together on the show. Just a whole bunch of stuff. So, you know, just throwing your feedback also, what your favorite songs are. Hey Mikey, how's it going? Oh, Stone Temple Pilots. Love STP. R.I.P. to Scott Weiland. He was an amazing artist. Linkin Park. Now that other people are mentioning other stuff, so we got a lot of stuff that we're going to talk about regarding music, a lot of venue stuff. I'll probably be drunk, I'm not going to lie, for a lot of it, because I love going to shows, I love going to a bunch of concerts, and any chance that there's one nearby, especially now that I'm walking distance from the Sherman Theater, I can definitely go for a show, or 8, or 9, or 12. So, you tell me what you guys want to talk about also. There's a lot of stuff that we're going to be talking about. For example, I know one of the big things that I wanted to do on this show was kind of promote other people who are starting off their small businesses. I got a friend of mine who just passed his massage therapist license, massage therapy class, so he got his license, so he definitely wants to be on the show to kind of plug his new business that he's going to be launching soon, and I can vouch for him. He is an amazing massage therapist, I'm not going to lie, and I mean that in the most hetero way possible. He has magic fingers. He definitely cured my back, and for those that don't know, I do have a very bad back injury that I suffered last year, and because of him, I think 2 or 3 sessions, and I've been good as new. I've been back to work, working like 5 days a week, just busting my ass, lifting heavy boxes as if nothing ever happened to me. So Dougie, thank you so much, and I look forward to having you on this show. I also have a friend of mine, Mike Benjamin, who, you know, he is a very unique character. I don't know what else to say about him. He's a pretty cool guy, one of my buddies from work. We'll say he's a good friend now. He's planning on doing something soon with car detailing, and, you know, hey, if you're in the area and you want your car detailed, give him some time. He's very good at what he's doing, so look him up, look me up, I'll attach you guys. I also have another friend of mine who I think wants to be on this show. We talked about it recently, so I think he's kind of in on this. We're going to talk to Josh Getz, another good friend of mine. He's a professional, I guess professional, but he is a photographer who is very well seasoned. He knows what he's doing. He's good at what he does. He's taken a lot of good pictures for models, and he, you know, I don't know what to say, he's good at what he does. So we'll definitely talk with him, and one person that I'm going to bring up right now, and he will be my guest next week, along with his group, will be Contraband, the Scott Weiland tribute show. They are an amazing group of guys. They are incredible, they are talented. I swear to God, their lead singer brings the inner Scott Weiland out. He is just a huge replica of what he did. Maybe not in a physical sense, but definitely the energy, that aura that he brought to the table was amazing. I saw them at the Brighton Bar a couple of months ago, and he was just good. They were all good. And we're going to hear from them next week around this, maybe not around this time. They will be performing in Easton, and I just want to get down to their venue and see what they're going to be doing for that show and the history between this group. And I also want to get down and dirty with Mike Slammer, because he's one of my best friends, another one that I consider a brother of mine, and we're just going to have a good time. We're going to talk, we might have a few drinks, and talk about our history, because we do have a lot of crazy history between me and him. So we're going to have a good time there. We're also going to talk about one thing, and I'm not going to say what the topic is yet, because I don't want to jinx it. I'm going away next month to North Carolina. I'm going to see one of my best friends, I'll call him my brother. He's not my friend. He is not a best friend. He is my brother. I've known him almost my entire life. We've gone through so much together, and I do plan on seeing him next month. And I know for a fact this topic is going to come up, because it tends to come up every single time I'm down there, and it's going to come up next time, and I think it's going to be an interesting topic. There's another topic that I want to talk about, that I want to bring it up a lot sooner, kind of relative to that, but not really. But I want to discuss something that I just brought up with a few people at work on Monday, and I think if they're listening, or if they're going to listen soon, Jamari, Marcus, Benji, we had a discussion about this at work on Monday, and I definitely want to talk about this. I want to bring it more to light. I think it's a very interesting one. If we bring more people onto the show, it's going to cause a lot of fights. And I want to see what happens. I want to see this unravel, because I like to instigate shit sometimes. So we're going to have a lot of fun with that. It's all a matter of scheduling, and I think a lot of these guys are down to doing this. We're all cool, we're all chill, and I think one of the big incentives about them wanting to do this is this. So, yeah, I've been drinking a little bit of Glenlivet, so if I seem a little bit off, that's why, because I'm already down to half a bottle already. And I don't know, when I bought this bottle, first of all, Glenlivet is an amazing brand of scotch, but when I bought this, I was thinking back to, I don't know if everybody used to watch Saturday Night Live, but back in the mid-90s, they did a skit of Tim Meadows doing this show called The Ladies' Man. And what he did was he would have a discussion, and while talking to the sexy ladies out there, he would also have a glass of Cavassier. Yeah, well, I tried that once, and it was disgusting, so we're not going to do that. I like my Glenlivet. I like my scotch. So we're going to be drinking this. I'm going to be drinking this. I know a lot of my friends are going to bring their booze, and why not? That's what this show is. We get to drink. This is probably the only job where you can actually be required to get drunk on. So we'll be doing a lot of that. We'll also be doing a lot of shenanigans. Maybe we'll even play Cards Against Humanity. I know some of you guys are disgusted with that show. Fuck you. I like it. And especially when you're shit-faced, it's even funnier. Especially now that Deadpool just came out with a Cards Against Humanity version of that franchise. I'm going to buy it. And I'm going to play it. And you're going to like it. Because it's fun. And plus it's just really disgusting and vulgar and sexual. We all like that. And in the midst of all this, I would like to have a co-host. So I know a lot of people said that they want to be a part of it, that they want to be involved with this show, and I'm down with it. I would think it's a lot easier for me because I don't like talking for so long. Ironic, isn't it? I just don't like hearing my own voice. Again, there's irony here, and I just don't like my voice. I know that's the whole thing that we all talk about ourselves. Like, oh, we all hate our own voices. We all hate listening to ourselves, and that goes double for me. I don't talk a whole lot, and I think that's a huge thing that a lot of my friends are annoyed with. And hey, here's the answer right there. How about Kiss? Oh, I like Kiss. You know what? I thought you wanted a Kiss. But I do like Kiss. I like their older stuff once the makeup came off, I don't know. I mean, I gotta listen to that era. I feel like once the makeup came off, the mystique kind of went away with them. I could be wrong. I don't know. Maybe they're still good, but I don't know. It's, I guess I had to listen to their newer old stuff because I don't know. I wasn't feeling it then. But then again, like I just said earlier, I didn't care for LA Guns, and now I am crazy about them. So, who's late? Sorry, late. That's all good. So cool. And we are tag team partners. We still got that to look forward to. I think I got a belt actually of a tag team championship. But where was I going with that? So yeah, we'll be talking a lot of stuff about relationships. I definitely wanted to talk about that only because I think it's gonna be so funny to see people freak out. There's gonna be a lot of talking involved with that. Going back to what I was saying earlier, which I have no idea what the hell that was. Oh, my voice. Yeah, I don't like it. So I understand that a lot of people don't like to hear their own voices, but over the year, I guess it's because I don't talk often. A lot of people consider myself an enigma, and I've heard it since I was like in 4th grade. You know, you're such an enigma. You need to express yourself. Well, I'm expressing myself now. It took about 25 years, but I'm doing it. So I'm going to not only partake in this show and, you know, give out my voice, but I'm also going to lend other people the platform as well. Because that's what I wanted to do. That's what I said back when I was in New York. I wanted to hear other people's opinions, other people's voices, and now I'm going to get to do that here. In the offset chance that I get to actually hear from them again, because we all went our separate ways after we graduated from New York Film Academy, so we're going to definitely see if we can get in touch with some of them. I know there's a few that I still talk to, very rarely, but I do see them once in a while on Instagram and on Facebook, so we're definitely going to talk to them. I would like to talk to them at least about how things are going, if they're achieving their goals, and if they want to do what they're doing. I know another friend of mine who I went to acting school with, Karen, she wanted to be in acting, and I think she took a different turn and went into singing and dancing. I know she released a music video recently, and I gotta find it, and when I do, I'm going to post it and share it with you guys, because it was pretty good. She was in a girl group, and again, I don't remember the name of it, so I'll definitely look her up and find out what we are going to be listening to from her, and if there's anything else going on in her future as well. I know there's also a few that just dropped off the face of the earth that only did it just for the experience, and then they just went off and did their own thing. I know there's a friend of mine there who was from Texas, went to New York, stayed for a couple of months, I think maybe even a year, and then just went back to his parents, and I don't know where he is now. I mean, he deactivated his Facebook, he deactivated his social media accounts, all of them, and now he's just MIA. So, Bailey, if you're listening, come on. Hi, let's chat, let's talk. I've been to Texas before. It's awesome there. Show me around some more. So, I don't know, anything else that you guys want to talk about? It's pretty much your show as well. It's kind of like Total Request Live, only better because TRL kind of sucked. I'm not going to lie though, TRL was actually good in the first couple of years because they're actually doing music videos, and then it just became a shit show. So I don't want to go into that direction. I'm going to try not to, but we're definitely going to make this an active show. We're going to definitely talk to a bunch of people. I'll try to get more involved with everyone out there, and not just Strasbourg, but just everywhere in general. We're going to have some fun with this show, cause some shenanigans, tell some stories, you know, maybe I'll even be your therapist. Could you imagine me as your therapist? Although I did take psychology for like 2 years, so imagine me actually getting inside your brain. That would not be fun at all. But it would be for me. Anyways, so that's, I think, all for now. Like I said, today's episode was going to be very short. It was very simple, very direct about what's going to happen in the next couple of weeks. I do have a lot of guests that I know want to be a part of this. So just I will be posting that on Facebook and Instagram, and I will also be posting all of my links to every social media account, because I do have a lot now. I have SoundCloud, I have Twitter, I have Facebook, Instagram. If my MySpace is active, I swear to God, I'll link that shit up. I will find MySpace, I will bring it back, because let's not be joking here, Facebook is kind of hitting the crapper lately. Ever since that whole scandal with the data and third-party users, I think a lot of people have abandoned ship. A lot of my friends have said they stopped using Facebook because of it, and others just don't like the format anymore. It's become way too political. I know, I'm supposed to bring that up again. So a lot of people just abandoned that and went to just solely Instagram or Twitter or Snapchat. I have a Snapchat account, I just don't even use it. There's no reason to. Ever since they changed the format on Snapchat, I just did not. And that's why you see me a lot on Instagram stories now, because I'd rather be using that than Snapchat. It's very stupid. Although I will say Twitter or Snapchat did one thing that's pretty cool, is now they can do a 16-person group chat room. I mean, I don't think I'm ever going to use that, but hey, you can now have a party without even being in the room. So more introverts to be happy. And anything, that's it. So if you guys got anything else, anyways isn't a word, fine. Anyway. So it's a thing that I used to say. I'm sorry. It's a lot of habits that I'm trying to get off my vocabulary. And what's up, Kev? You know, joining now when I'm just about to end this show. But anyways, yeah, so the platform is all yours. If you want to go on Facebook and find out what it is that I want to talk about, what it is that you want to talk about, really, fine. I'll gladly bring it up on, not next week's show, because next week's show is going to be on location. Like I mentioned, I will be working with Contraband. We'll be in Easton before the show. It's going to probably be a live show. I plan on making that I plan on bringing that also on Instagram Live. Most of my shows probably won't be live. I'm only doing that for today's purposes because what the hell? Why not hit the ground running while I'm at it? And next week is because it's a big deal. You know, my buddy Mike is heavy on this, on next week's show specifically. He wanted, I guess you could say this is his homecoming, because even though he was born and raised in Jersey, he also has a lot of roots here in the Poconos, so he kind of wants to be a part of this, so I am gladly willing to give him the platform to speak his mind and talk about what he wants to talk about. And I know we have a lot to discuss regarding our past here. There's a lot of things that he did back in the good old days of Perfect Obsession and Amplifier, you know, two bands that he was a part of that I was also a part of as a roadie. I could put together a mean drum set, I can tell you that much. And I, for like 12 seconds, knew how to play drums. And then they got sold off. Long story, not talking about it. But we will talk to him, and we're going to get into the roots of his history with his infatuation with guitars and with Slash, because he's a major Slash fan, and I want this to be live for the sole purpose that I want him to show you all his tattoo. So we're going to bring that out also. And we'll also talk to the rest of the band about what other projects they have lined up. And after next week, I think it's fair game. I know we have a lot of people that want to discuss something. I know I have a friend of mine that has some promoting to do. So, you know, it's just a matter of playing it by ear on a day-by-day basis. It's going to be different for me because I am not used to organizing stuff. I only organize things when I care. So this is definitely one thing that I care about right now. So today's episode was kind of a just fuck me. I just forgot to do a whole bunch of things and I had an hour left to do all of it. I said I did all my stuff. I did all the testings, and even though I tested everything, things still hit the shitter. Like I know for a fact SoundCloud is going to be a pain in my balls tonight because my audio kept freaking out throughout the entire feed here, but I'll try to work on that. I know that, yes, he is doing it right now. So we'll be talking to Mike about that. We talked to a lot of people about that. And that's all I got for now. So, anyways, 12 seconds. Oh my god, no way, Mike Slam. Yeah, no, we're going to talk about that. So, I will rewatch it. Yeah, that's fine. You can do whatever the hell you want. And, no, but I will be posting this up on YouTube. I have 2 cameras going right now. I have one right here, and I have one right there. Hi, guys. See, this is YouTube right there. So if you want to actually watch these episodes, if you can't watch the live ones, go right ahead on my YouTube channel. Hit subscribe. Watch this. As far as my Twitter account goes, I'm not going to push that one too much, honestly, because Twitter is pretty much going to be my whoring account where I'm just going to go into different venues and just say, hey, can I be a part of this? And see what they're going to say. So far, I'm trying to get in with the Sherman Theater. No response. So, still trying. That's all I got, you guys. So, anyways, it is fun talking to you guys. It is fun to bounce any feedback. So if you guys got anything else to say, go right ahead. I will be here. And actually, no, that's not true. I actually might be going to Sarah Street tonight to have a couple of drinks, talk to a few friends of mine. They might be going. Hey, Kev, you're on right now. You want to go to Sarah Street? Anyways, fine. The next time you see me, you can beat the anyways out of me. Anyway, that's all I have for right now. Ariana wants to be on my... Sure, why not? She could be on the podcast. Does she want to be a co-host or does she want to be a guest? We can talk about stuff. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to start doing an audition process because I'm not going to lie, I think a few people actually wanted to be a co-host. I know one person, I don't think he was serious about it, but he said he wanted to be a co-host, so we're going to have to start putting a list of people. Oh, that's a pet peeve of yours? Alright, well, good to know. So I promise not to say that the next time I see you. So, she wants to be a co-host. Okay. She's greedy? Well, just understand one thing. Jason knows nothing. Not Jason's giving shit away to people. It's not charity. So, I'm going to give you guys the floor for just a second or two because we're only on 40 minutes. So, that's actually pretty good. I think the normal runtime is going to be anywhere from 30 to 60 minutes. So, I'm actually on par here. Sorry guys, I just heard something really weird on the other side of the room. And I'm by myself, so I don't know what the fuck it is. Anyways, how about you guys? What do you guys want to talk about for the next several weeks or months? What's on your mind? What do you guys want to discuss on the show? And I seriously mean it's all fair game. Like I said, I only mentioned one one topic that I don't want to discuss. So you guys tell me what you wanted to mention. Kev, you'll be coming with me to North Carolina, right? That's the itinerary so far to harass Mark and put him on the show. You're gonna be on this show too, by the way. That's just no. Did I say it again? All right, I'm sorry. It's a habit I've been saying since I was a child. See, now I'm afraid of talking here. I really am sorry. Game of Thrones, wrestling, music. Well, if you would have been here earlier, you would have known that we are going to talk about music, and a lot of it. Music is going to be a major topic here on this show. In fact, I can guarantee you music is going to be brought up a lot here, and if I can, I'm going to probably play some without getting sued. So that'll be the interesting part right there, is actually playing good music without having the FBI beat the shit out of me and have, like, Ozzy Osbourne, you know, with this decrepit fist punching me saying, "Don't do that!" So, fetishes. Okay. Like what we're talking about, like man panties. You want to talk about what you wear? Want to talk about what people wear? Because that's just weird. That I'm down. New North Carolina and the show. What show are we talking about? And yeah, you can totally blame that on Ariana. She's the one that brought up fetishes. Oh, Batman fetish. I don't know what you're talking about, man. Batman is totally overrated. And just for the record, he is a damn good role model. I'm just saying, alright? So, if you actually watched the Dark Knight Trilogy, I'm just saying the Dark Knight Trilogy was a good movie. There were just 3 good movies. Alright, we're not going to bring that up. So, movies is also something we will talk about also. Really? Bro? I do like my fair share of movies. TV shows also. You know. Oh, that's a huge thing that you're going to probably hear and you're going to get annoyed with. I am a huge Seinfeld fan. I like Seinfeld. I like How I Met Your Mother. So I'm going to bring up a lot of references on those shows because they are funny and they have been my guide to life. And I think they've done well for me. So, anyway, that's a topic that we can also discuss is Seinfeld because I don't think you can ever have too much Seinfeld in your life. Bro code. I have the bro code. I'm going to bring that down here next time. I am going to show you all the bro code, and it is a very legitimate tool to use. And that bro code, actually, now that you mentioned that, Kev, that is something that I wanted to talk about. That is a piece of what I wanted to bring up in a future episode. In fact, that actually is going to be probably the title of the upcoming episode. I don't know when I'm going to do it. Maybe in 2 weeks, maybe in 3 weeks, maybe in a month. But I definitely want to bring that up. I thought you'd say that. Affleck as Batman thoughts. Best version of Batman, minus Kevin Conroy, who voiced Batman in the animated series. I'm going to say that with absolute conviction. I saw a lot of people gave that movie a lot of shit. I thought it was very well done. Okay, no, well done. It was good. Okay, a lot of people gave him a lot of crap for it. And I thought Ben Affleck did a great job. I am a Ben Affleck fan, actually. I liked Ben Affleck in a lot of his movies. You know, he was good in a lot of his movies. I liked Good Will Hunting. I liked Armageddon. I did like Armageddon. A lot of people gave that movie a lot of crap. I enjoyed that movie. I enjoyed Gone Girl. Gone Girl is a fucked up movie. I swear to God, if you are in a relationship that is just that bad, just leave, just drive to another country, change your name, watch that movie. You really need to watch Gone Girl. That is a messed up movie that just shows you how evil women can be and how stupid guys can be. And I do want to bring that up in a topic later on down the road. You know, who's crazy, who's stupid, men or women, because that's always been the whole thing, you know, oh, women ruined me, or men made me into this. Well, it's a tie, we're all fucked up, so we're definitely going to bring that up at some point on the show. I don't know when. I would like to do it soon, because it would kind of intertwine with a few things that I wanted to discuss over what's happened in the last couple of weeks. The Town was actually really good. That was I enjoyed that movie a lot too. I I think I've seen it like 4 times already, like in the last couple of months because I think it was on in the gym the other day, and they're always playing it either on IFC or AMC, and it's right before I'm ready to go to bed. So I'm just changing the channels, and it's on right there, and I'm like, oh, okay, nothing else on. I'm trying to go to sleep, so why not? So, trying to think of other Ben Affleck movies that are actually amazing. Oh, I'm a huge Kevin Smith fan. You know what? Kevin Smith is actually one of the reasons why I wanted to do podcasting, because I've started to listen to a lot of his podcasts in the last couple of months, especially after his heart attack. I'm glad that he's fine, actually. He went through a major heart attack, I think, last month, and a lot of people thought he wasn't going to make it, but he pulled through, and now he's doing great, so yay for Kevin Smith. And he's just an amazing director. I love the Clerks movies. I love Dogma, Jay and Silent Bob, Chasing Amy. Alright, I'm going to throw this out there in the open right now. Chasing Amy will probably go down as the only chick flick type movie that I will admit to enjoying, because it was a good movie, and it hit hard. It hit in the feels. I'm not going to lie, you guys. It was good. So, Kevin Smith definitely knows how to turn, one of the most heartbreaking moments in a person's life and make it, comedic. Almost relative in any generation. The movie came out, I think, in 1997. And you hear Silent Bob's story, even in 2018, and someone out there is going to relate to it. So, it has staying power. So, I definitely enjoyed Chasing Amy. That was a very good movie that he did. And not to mention, if you're from Jersey, it's very grounded to that area. So I think a long time ago, I did check out the Quick Stop that he filmed Clerks in, and it was just a really good. It was just a good feeling to just be in that area. And I heard he was supposed to do a Clerks 3, but in animated form. Obviously, with the heart attack, that probably got postponed indefinitely, but I definitely want to see that come to life at some point. You shut your mouth with Jersey Girl. That was a bad... I tried to watch Jersey Girl. It was not good. Some people liked it, and by some people, nobody. And it was just not a good movie. I don't know what it was. It was just depressing. It was annoying. And I don't even remember seeing it all the way through. I've watched the entire movie, just not throughout. Like, I saw the beginning, thought, wow, this is pretty crappy. Let's not do this again. And then I saw in the middle, going, what the fuck was I thinking? I'm not going to watch this anymore. And then I saw the ending saying, wow, I really managed to finish this entire movie in some form or in way. So I'm never doing that again. So I'm never going to watch Jersey Girl again. It was a bad movie. I'm sorry. That and Geely. Geely just sucked. Don't you dare say you liked it. No one say they liked it. It was depressing. Yeah, I heard about the Jay and Silent Bob reboot. I don't know how I feel about that. We live in a world where everything is so just jaded to the point where now we need to reboot everything. Why? Why do we have to reboot everything? They rebooted RoboCop. Why do you have to reboot RoboCop? That was such a good movie in itself. That's timeless. I am glad the one thing that Steven Spielberg is putting his foot down on is not rebooting Back to the Future. I love Back to the Future. I love the trilogy, and it needs to stay as it is. That and E.T. Alright? Don't touch E.T. But everything else is being rebooted. Just why? It's funny, even Daniel Tosh, he's making fun of the whole reboot era in Hollywood by making his show, his 10th anniversary season, a reboot season, even though he never really stopped doing the show. It's just hilarious that he's doing that. And for those that don't know who Daniel Tosh is, he is very, very vulgar and very controversial. I like him, personally. I think he's a very good comedian. He definitely crosses the line at some points, especially when it comes to race, and it's just a good thing to just laugh at anything, really. People make fun of me. I mean, all you SOBs out there, especially at work. If you're listening to this and you work with me, you're an asshole, just straight out of the gate, just saying things that could easily get you fired and probably even arrested. But luckily I'm a good guy that knows that vengeance is right around the corner. So you watch it. So there's a few people that I already have my eyes set on, and some of them don't even know that I already have my plans in motion to make their lives miserable. So FYI, I don't strike often, but when I do, it hurts. I sold someone on Craigslist. That's right. That's how fucked up I can be. So anyway, if that's all you guys got for me. No. So, and of course my audio feed is giving out again. So maybe that's just a sign that's saying that I need to wrap this up. So anyway, you guys, it is fun. It is real. I promise to be more organized next time. I honestly did the testings, and then right after that I just said, you know what, I think we're good. And then in the last hour I said, shit. I ended up buying a video camera like right before the show I aired this, because apparently my other camera is completely outdated and it did not want to cooperate with anything that I was trying to do. So I ended up having to just go to Staples. No, I went to Best Buy. That's even worse. I went to Best Buy, got ripped off, but I ended up finding ways to save because, you know, I'm frugal that way sometimes. So that is all I got for the... I'm learning! So that is all I got for now. I will see you guys next week and maybe in the coming days. If you have any thoughts on what you want mentioned, like I said, just don't be a stranger. Have fun with it. Give me your topics. Give me your feedback and tell me if I sucked. You know, I'm not fragile. I'm very much, you know, level-headed. So I will see you guys next time. I'm going to probably finish this beverage, and I will probably Uber myself to Sarah Street. It is my McLaren's, my Moe's, my Cheers. So I will be seeing a few people there. Hopefully, Kevin, if you're still watching, and if you're not, I'll be texting you. We'll be going down to McLaren's for a little bit. So we'll be going to Sarah Street to have a few beers, pound it down a little bit. And that's all I got for you guys. So thank you for supporting me. Thank you for watching this episode. I will be doing a lot more of this. I will be more at home with this environment. I do plan on moving my studio, by the way. This is not what I'm going to be doing. This is not the place where I'm going to be doing it in. I will probably be more comfortable in my better habitat in the coming days and weeks. So I will be seeing you guys on Facebook, on Instagram, and in person. And I will be seeing some of you guys maybe tonight. I'll be seeing some of you guys over the weekend. And I will wish you all a good night. And I'm trying to figure out a good catchphrase to end shows, because I know a lot of people do that. I know, you know, what's his face from The Talking Dead, I'm sorry. Chris Hardwick, he does stuff like that. Owen does a good, you know, sign off. You know, I can't do stay classy. So I will just leave this with cheers, be well, have fun, don't take life too seriously. And I will see you guys next time.